Hey everyone, and welcome to Jam Sessions. I'm your host Mel, and let's get to jamming. So first and foremost, I would sincerely like to apologize for the delay of this video. I had it recorded when I was doing the podcast, and I accidentally deleted it while uploading it, and I was super upset, and life's just been crazy, so I haven't really got a chance to upload this video or take a new one. So here it is. Also, my social media is down below, as well as my website. If you go to the website, you will hear the more in-depth podcast that I did last week on Saturday. Also, if you follow my social media, I will update you guys when I release these podcasts, when I release YouTube videos. And if you hit the subscribe button, you can get post notifications if you hit that bell, and you'll be notified when I release YouTube videos without following social media. So whatever is easy for you guys, definitely go do it. All of the information will be listed down below in this YouTube video. So that being said, let's get into the YouTube video, shall we? So last week, there was some really good music, and there was by artists that I talked about in previous podcasts, but I didn't really want to talk about them in this because I wanted to give new artists a chance, because I'm always talking about that I like new artists. But I wanted to let you guys know that last week, Shawn Mendes released his new album, which is fantastic. Mike Shinoda released another song off his EP, and Classified released another song. And those are just a few that I've mentioned before in podcasts that I've released new music last week. So I'm not looking down. I have everything on my phone. I took a picture of all the lists that I was doing, just to keep you guys in track with the podcast and how it went. So the first one that I wanted to talk about for this week is from last week. We're going to say this week because this is last week's episode. So the first one I want to talk about is Snow Patrol. So Snow Patrol released an album called Wildness, and it is fantastic. I loved it. And if you don't know who Snow Patrol is, they're a rock band that was formed back in 1993, I'm pretty sure. And they're just fantastic. And they took a big break. I haven't heard songs in a real long time from Snow Patrol. And you may know one of their most famous songs, I think, at least to my knowledge, is Chasing Cars, which is phenomenal. I still love that song to this day. And that's one thing that I really liked about Snow Patrol, is that their music is timeless. You can listen to them 10 years from now, 10 years ago, and they're still really, really awesome. So the song that I wanted to show you guys is called A Dark Switch. It's so awesome. It's upbeat. I love the lyrics behind it. It kind of my interpretation of it is that, that there's someone that brings out a different side of you that you didn't know existed. And I think the song is really cool. They also have a really wicked YouTube video. So after this video, or you can pause it and go look at it now, they do have a really cool YouTube video. So here's that. Hope you enjoy it.
Your hands found a dark switch in me that I didn't know existed. The lost tribes in the back of my brain, making fires from wood they've stacked for years in secret. Don't give me more than I can handle. Don't give me more than I can take. Don't give me more than I can handle. Oh hell, just give me all you got in every way.
Artist I wanted to talk to you guys about is Glades. And if you're not sure who Glades are, they are a trio from Australia who are super cool. This is my first time hearing them, but they have music, I think, since 2016, so definitely go check out their other music. It's really, really good. And the song that I'm talking about that was released last week is called Not About You. It's so good. It's about asking someone, why do you think everything's about you when it's not? The world doesn't revolve around you. And I feel like we all have that person in our life that has that mentality or that attitude. So I think it's very relatable. So here's Not About You.
You always find a way to make it about you. It's not about you.
We could have something real nice, but you're lost in your own vibe, yeah. Never far away from your phone. Calling back ain't that hard, you know. Oh, you're making me think twice. Everyone's got their own vice, yeah. But you're so damn full of yourself. Not gonna be a book on your shelf. Well, you really don't know how to quit. Can you tell it you're a little shh? Why is it used to be on my side.
The next artist that I wanted to talk about is Jessie J. So Jessie J is a singer from the UK, and she released a really cool thing. In my opinion, it's very much like an album, but she separated into 4 different EPs with 4 different songs. So she called it Rose, and that stands for her mother's name. But what was really cool is that she had each EP, the 4 of them, stand for the different letter in rows. So one's for R, one's for O, etc., etc. And they all stand for something. So the one that I'm talking about last week that was released was the one for S, which stood for sex. And when for her song, she didn't just talk about, she did talk about songs that had chemistry and whatnot, but she does talk about songs about the gender, your what you were born with, your genitalia that identifies your sex, whether it's male or female. And I thought that was really cool. I really like what she's doing. This week, she will be releasing, I'm not too sure, I will let you guys know in next week's podcast, the next EP for E, and I'm super excited. I think the R and the O were released in earlier weeks, so definitely go check those out if you get a chance, or let me know down below if you're a big Jessie J fan. I'd really love to know what you guys think of this unique idea of having the 4 different EPs. So the song I wanted to show you off of this new one is called Queen, and you may have heard it. She is going around different shows performing the song, and I think it's amazing. I really like it. It talks about, not adhering to these expectations that society has on being beautiful and just enjoying and loving the skin you live in, and I think it's really, really inspiring, and I really love Jessie J. She is such a powerhouse singer. So here is Queen.
Stop playing with your body, lady. Stop feeling like you're not enough. Stop feeding into the haters. Stop and give yourself some love. Stop staring at the mirror, getting faded. Saying you will fall in love. So trust in all these fake idiots. Trust me, they don't give a fuck. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of feeling this. The world says beauty is changing. Fuck that, it's fake expectation of the real shit. Let's get naked. Stop meditating. Feel elevated inside. I love my body. I love my skin. I am a goddess. I am a queen. I love my body. I love my skin. I am a goddess. I am a queen.
The next artist I want to talk about is Fortunate Ones. So Fortunate Ones released an album last week called Hold Fast, and it's so good. They're a duo from Canada, and they've been releasing music since 2016 as well. And it's just so good. When I was looking through their album, I was doing a little bit of research on the duo, and I found out that one of their songs on this album was written about the wildfires that happened in Fort McMurray, Alberta back in, I think, 2016. And those wildfires were awful. If you don't remember what they are, or if you're not from Canada and you don't really know what they are, definitely go Google it. It was awful. People had to be evacuated from their homes. People lost everything. It was so traumatic. So I really like this song, and it talks about, I think what they did was they wrote about it for the people that survived it, the first responders that helped with it. It's such a good song. It's called Steady As She Goes, and here's a little tidbit of it.
What you can, she said, let the rest go up in flames. We'll be alright, I bet. It's the faces in the frames that kept the house up anyway. Take my hand, she said, and that's all you gotta do. We'll build it up again. It's amazing all you got when you got nothing left to lose. Still have you beside me. I still have hope inside me now. And I won't quit riding on. No, I was born to ride it
last but not least, I'd love to talk about Hoobastank's new album called Push Pull. If you're not sure who Hoobastank is, they're a rock band formed around the same time Snow Patrol was, and they're phenomenal. They just came back. They were taking a break as well, and you may know them for their hit song The Reason, which was really good back, I think it was released around 2003. It was phenomenal, and so is this album. What I really liked about it too was that in an interview, they said that this album was based on what made them happy and not dedicating their music so much to the trends, which I think is really cool. I respect them so much for what they said. I think that's great. You know, fans are going to love you. They're going to love your music whether they're loyal or not, and you know, you can't please everybody in this world, and that's just how it is. It's not even just with music. So I respect their decision very, very much. And so my favorite song on this album is called Just Let Go. And it's literally kind of around that message, is that, you know, just let go, live life. Even though you might fail when you reach something, you may gain something. Maybe it's a learning experience, maybe it's something else. And their lyric is that you may just learn how to fly on the way. Even if you fail, you may just learn how to fly. So that was what I really liked about this song. So here's that song.
Every voice in our heads is telling us no. Every beat in our hearts is saying let's go, let's go. Every day we spend playing it safe and secure. It's just another day wasted like all those before. So can we just let go? Who cares if we fall? At least we get to fly. Risk it all. Don't worry about the where and the why. Who cares if we fall? At least we get to fly.
So this is it for episode number 8 on Jam Sessions. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Stay tuned for this week's episode and podcast. I'm super excited. If there's any new music that you guys are excited to hear this week, definitely let me know in the comments down below, or even tweet me on Twitter or DM me on Instagram. I definitely love to hear it. Also, if you guys have any new music, if you're in a band or you know someone who's in a band that's coming out this week, definitely let me know and I'll listen to them, and maybe they'll be included in this week's podcast. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys soon. Bye.